Day 4.
What does this challenge come to? I'm drinking decaf coffee from a packet that I picked up from some hotel somewhere years ago. My name's Dav Moss. I'm here to inspire and encourage you to make the most of your money, to live generously and impact the world beyond just yourself. This is the second video in my Can We Eat for £1 a Day challenge. I challenged my family, could we eat for £1 per person per day, giving us a budget for a family of 4 of £24.50. If you haven't watched video 1 already, I'll put a link right there. The first 3 days have gone okay. You join us on day 4. How is the rest of the week going to pan out? Let's find out.
Day 4.
Right, so we ran into a problem. Basically, we've gone over budget. We just didn't have enough food. So we bought some more potatoes, 65p for 1 kilo of potatoes. The only chance that we've got of making this challenge work is if we've got any food left over. It's probably we're going to have some lentils left over, and we're probably going to have some raspberries left over. So we're just going to have to take away the price of those, the value of those lentils and the raspberries away from our total cost for the week to see if we can get it under £24.50. So here we go. How much potatoes are we not using? So we're not using 300 grams worth of potatoes. So 300 out of 1 kilo is 30%. Shouldn't have used the calculator for that. And then we multiply it by the cost of the potatoes. So these are 19.5 pence. So this is 20p's worth of potatoes, which we're not using. So we're going to have to take away 20p from the total amount that we've spent so far. Don't know if we're going to do it.
The next day.
Well, as you know, there's no wine on the list this week, but today we received news of our completion on a next buy-to-let property, so it was cause for celebration. So I've got some rosehip wine. I think that definitely counts for free. Foraged rosehips, water, bit of sugar. I think we can stretch to that to celebrate. Okay, end of day 5. Got to be honest, it's starting to get a bit tough now. Wednesday was probably the highlight. We had that delicious fish cakes meal, and we had the Maltesers. Morale was good, but then, the last 2 days have been a little bit harder. We're starting to run out of food. It's Friday night. We sat down earlier this evening to plan what food we've got left till the weekend, and there isn't a lot of food left. So it's going to be tough. The kids are okay. The kids are getting enough food, but Rachel particularly is starting to get a bit hungry now. So living on £1 a day is actually really, really difficult, especially if you want to do it healthily and you've got a variety in your diet and you're not just eating the same thing, pasta and cheese every day. It was a good end to the day today with that rosehip wine. It was a treat that I wasn't expecting to have, but I thought, it's worth celebrating, and it was foraged, so basically free.
Yep. The following day.
Poppy, what have you got for dinner tonight? Wraps. We've got some beautiful chicken wraps tonight, made with some of the bread flour, some of the chicken, and some nettles.
The next morning.
So we've made it to Sunday. This is day 7, and we've pretty much run out of oats. So what are we going to do? Well, we've got 200 grams worth of flour left, a couple of eggs, a little bit of milk. I think it's time to make pancakes. Food presentation never was my strong point, but this looks delicious. Poppy, how's the pancakes? And how's the week been? Not so good. Okay, are you looking forward to something better tomorrow? Me too. So we were sitting around on Friday night thinking, gosh, I don't think we've got enough food for the weekend, planning dinner for Saturday and Sunday, thinking we haven't got enough for lunch. Fortunately, we popped around to a friend's house Saturday, and hey, look what we got! Some pretzels just as a gift. That is very fortunate, otherwise Sunday lunch would be very grim indeed. Moment of truth. Total spend for the week was £26.12. Now, if we weigh everything that we've got here left over that we haven't eaten, hopefully we can get it under £24.50. Right, first of all, how many eggs we got left? One. One egg is worth 12p. How much raspberries we got left? 200 grams. So 200 out of 500 times by £1.85 is 74p. Cheese, what have we got here? This is 32 grams. 32 grams out of 400, that is 14p's worth of cheese. 14p. 4 carrots left. That is 250 grams. 250 is a quarter of a kilo. The carrots were 40p, so there's 10p's worth of carrots not eaten. Okay, what else have we got? Potatoes. We've already weighed the potatoes. They were 20p's worth of potatoes. Next, lentils. How many lentils we got left? 180 grams of lentils. 180 out of 500 is 0.36 times by the lentils were 99p. There you go, 36p. 36p's worth of lentils. And then the final thing, the honey. The honey could be the thing that Sycharize, that's not a word in English. Honey could be the thing that decides it for us. How many grams of honey have we got left? Loads, mate, loads. 52 grams worth of honey. Now we all know that there's 454 grams in a pound of honey. So 52 out of 454 times by 89p. 10p's worth of honey left. So we'll add all that up and see if we can get it under £24.50. Okay, so total amount. 4 carrots, 10p. Add 12p for an egg. Add 74p for raspberries. Add 36p for lentils. Add 20p for potatoes. Add 10p for honey. Add 15p for cheese. That is a total to take away of £1.77. So here we go. Final number, £26.12. Take away. Oh, look at that! £24.35. So 15p to spare. So there we go. We have managed to feed a family of 4 for £1 per person per day for a total of £24.35. We made it to the end of the week. We managed to eat for less than £24.50 for a family of 4, 3.5 mouths. She's still a real person. She just doesn't eat as much food. It was a tough week. We ate some not particularly great meals. We ate some really nice meals as well. So it is possible to eat well for not very much money. Maybe a little bit more than £1 a day. We spent more than the £24.50 that we allowed ourselves, and the only reason that we were able to get under budget is because we took away the value of the food that we had left over. At the beginning of the week, we weren't doing too badly, but Rachel was really hungry for most of the weekend, unfortunately. So what have I learned? What have we learned from this challenge? Well, first of all, it is really difficult to eat for £1 a day, and my heart goes out to anyone who is struggling to put food on the table, who is literally has this as their budget every week. It must be really, really tough. Another thing that I've learned, it is possible to cut back on your food budget. However much you spend, it's almost certainly you're able to cut back and save some money in that way. What you can do with the difference between what you normally spend and what you can save, you can do anything. You could be generous, you could give it away, you could donate it to a cause. You could just say, well, I'm going to give up food for a week and donate the spare difference to some charity that feeds people across the world, or whatever charity you like. You could start putting some money aside for the future, you could start investing, or even if you wanted to, you could just blow it on a big budget the following week. One thing that we found from this was the Monday after we did this, we were just so grateful for just normal average food. It had been such a week of just plain, not miserable food, but we would normally eat food of a higher standard. So to have the kind of the excitement of just ordinary food was just really nice. Another thing that's great about this is to know that you can go without spending a lot of money. You can spend just £1 a day on food. I call it voluntary discomfort. Now, by putting yourself in an uncomfortable position voluntarily, you give yourself the inner strength to know that if this situation was thrust upon you for some other reason beyond your control, if you've lost a job or you've had to cut back somehow, then knowing that you could do it, knowing that we could do this if we had to, is really quite comforting. So why not give it a go? Why not try and eat for £1 a day, even if it's just for a day, and challenge yourself. Can I do this? And what's the most creative way? Another thing that's great about this is it gets you thinking creatively about what you can do. And for me, it got me out in the outdoors, foraging. It gets you in touch with nature because you get to find out what plants you can eat, what plants you cannot eat. I think it's a great challenge, and I would encourage you to give it a shot. Not financial advice, just life advice. If you do give it a shot, then let me know in the comments. And if you want to know more ways of saving money, then I've got a great video for you right about here. See you in a minute. Ta-da.